Hey everybody, I am Bonnie Shalette. I am part of the EBR tech team, and today we're going to be talking about creating with Canva. Canva is one of my favorite tools. It's absolutely incredible for making pretty much anything you want to in your classroom. So we're going to go ahead and get started. The first step is to create an account. Now I'm working with our district to set it up as a single sign-on, where it would automatically create your account as a teacher. One of the problems is that the way our domain is set up, that teachers and students are in the same place. So right now, if we set it up as single sign-on, the students would have the ability to create classes, and that's not something we want. So we'll have to wait till the Clever app rolls out. But I've talked to the company kind of endlessly. I harassed them about when it's going to come out, and as soon as it does, they even said we could beta test it. So as soon as I can get access to that, I'm gonna push it out. So the first thing you're gonna need to do, and I'm gonna open an incognito window because I'm already logged in. But go to canva.com, and you're gonna click, if you haven't done this already, click sign up, and then you're gonna want to sign up with Google. I'm gonna try this one. I have a lot of extra emails. So I hit sign in. I've got my password. And I'm going to be able to create an account. Now, it just let me create this account. I'm going to click teacher. And then I need to get verified. So it'll ask me just a few series of questions. It'll send me an email directly to my school name, and then I will get approved for that school account. And that's really, really important that you get set up that way, because when you create your school account, you have access to everything. All the pro features, background remover, everything, and just for free. For free, they give you an educator discount, which is probably one of the reasons I very much love it, because I'm all about some free stuff. So we're going to walk through this main area. If you've used it already, you're going to see some things in all of your designs. This is kind of like your Google Drive. Everything you've ever touched will show up right here. So sometimes it can be a bit cluttered, but I use it all the time. Now, you can organize it into folders. And that works out really well. But you can see I've made tons of things on here, and will continue to do so because I'm such a fan. I can also look under shared with me, classwork. There's a really neat brand kit. If you have some side hustle where you have a brand, you can make it where it automatically knows that. If you're big into social media, you can create content here, automatically schedule it to post to your Twitter account or whatever you got. Like we are gonna post about our new EdTech team members. And so I can add my Twitter here. Not let me do Twitter yet, but I can add all these from here. And look, there we go. It's already connected to my Twitter. So I can schedule that post. It'll tell me exactly when it's coming out. And so I can kind of schedule some social media straight from here. I am going to delete it, however, because it doesn't have everybody's picture on it. So I'm going to delete that post. But it's super cool. If you run your school social media account, this is an option to get stuff out there fast. You can create folders. Like I said, I work on a few things. I'm not the best about folders, but and then you see right here, I have a class created. And we'll go on that to the end. But this is where I share everything with the people on my team. They can view or edit these things, and we're not having to send everything back and forth. We have some, so if you've got a department, even your whole school, you can add everybody where if you make something cool, they can all use it because sharing is caring. Under templates, you're going to see personal, business, marketing. But today we're really going to talk about that education tab. Because that's where you're going to make all the things for your classroom. And I do mean all the things. We will start with, I'm going to start with classroom decor. So if you're making a poster for your class, any kind of cutesy little thing that you would possibly need, you can make. You got a Harry Potter themed classroom, go ahead and push it out. But these are all templates that you can quickly, stickers, like these kind of things, even Bitmoji classrooms. I know those have kind of died down this year, but last year, all the rage. And so you can look around if class rules, any of that kind of stuff. Now, if I see something I really like, if you've got a CN or whatever you got, you can go ahead and put a little heart. So it's going to save it for you. So I can go back and find it later under my favorites. Now, another thing is Google Classroom headers. If you ever want to have a super cute Google Classroom header, this is the place for you. Got even stuff in German. So I'm going to find one that I like. This is always the hardest part because I like a lot of things. And a lot of them match. Like they're going to have the Bitmoji classroom that matches that. They'll have all kinds of sets if you really want, if you're going over the top with your cute stuff. This is my personal favorite. I like me some space stuff. And so I'm going to double click. And it's going to open for me. I'm going to single click. And I'm going to customize this template. You can see all the different people that like it. And it's free for me because I have that upgrade. So from here, I'm going to have tons of options. I'm going to start from scratch later. Just wanted to really dive into the templates because I like things that are done for me. So I do not teach algebra. And so I'm going to type my name, Miss Chalette's class. It's too big for me. I want it smaller. Right here, I've got those normal word processing options that we always use, like on Google Docs or anything like that. I simply drag my box that I like right here, and even as those nice grid lines that help me go ahead and help me organize things. I'm going to leave We're Out of This World because I think it's super cute. But even if I use a template, I can take it up a notch. Under this Elements tab to the left, I can add all kinds of extra features. I can find animated features. I can find boxes like this. And you will have to kind of, you know how like this one has apparently a middle, just crazy. I am bad at clicking, so don't judge me. Why would you do this to me, Canva? And I can even animate specific items on here. So if I want it to pan over or rise straight up, I can do that straight from here. Oh, it set it as a background. I see what it did. It's wondering. I don't want it to set it as a background. And sometimes it can be a little over the top. It tries to read my mind too much. But I can animate like my entire design by clicking animate up here. Or I could animate just my box. Ooh, I like that one. Right, there's like a tumble, tectonic. I always like that one. I use that one too much. But I kind of like this breeze one. I like how it gets bigger. So I'm going to take that, and I've got tons more options, effects, filters, adjustments. I can crop things straight from here. I can flip things. It won't really flip anything because it's square, but transparency. Maybe I don't want it quite so bright. I'm just kidding. I like it super bright, so I picked it. I can send a link straight to this. And now I have my share options. It's the most important part. You want to make your cute stuff. I'm going to download this. Look at all the different options I have. PDFs, MP videos, PNGs. I'm going to click GIF because I want to see my animation. I'm going to click download, and I'm going to see it pop up at the bottom of my screen. I'm going to go to my Google Classroom. Come on, this is a trick. And I'm looking over here at all my cute little classrooms. Right here, I want to click upload photo. I have downloaded it. Oh, sometimes it takes a second to download. I mean, it is doing it for free, so I can't be mad. So now it's downloading. It'll take a second. Don't worry. Computer's not broken. And it's going to let me know it's done. So I'm going to refresh this, hit upload photo. Just going to pop it over here. It'll give me a few options. Look at that. I know I want the whole thing, and it's the right size because Canva knew for me. It read my mind. So I'm going to adjust it just a little because I want it in the center. And I'm going to hit select class theme. And now it's going to change it for me with that animation, which is the cutest thing. Sometimes it does have to think a little harder than we want. And I'll pop back here to mix. There we go. How nice is that? It's my favorite. So and sometimes it does make it darker, so you gotta kind of work with that. And there are different ways you can change that. All right. So that's like the basic template thing. Even cooler, and the thing I probably use the most is you can even enter animated anything. If I want to animate the stars, I can add all this and use that same feature that I used earlier to download it as a GIF or a PNG. If I just want the image, I can work on all that. Well, I want to see something. No. Sometimes I wish that would let me edit the color more. Some of them will let me do the color, some won't. This one will not. All right. So let's think about what else I could use this for. Use this for websites. I can use this for all kinds of things. And I do not have to make another. I can start from here, click resize. Don't worry, it's going to make a copy. What could I want from this? You do have some cool presentations. We're going to walk through that in a second. Make sure I covered everything. But I can resize it into a presentation. Bam. I have my matching first day slides right here. I click add page. And now I'm here in a presentation. Boom, boom, boom. If I want to share that, just like I did with Google, which we're all familiar with, I can share it with a link where all my friends can edit, or I can share it just as to view, or even a template. Like if you want, everybody wants this to use with them, you can click on it and it'll make a template just like we did. And even better is it didn't delete my old one. So now I have both. I have my presentation. If I want to name it, I just click rename it. I gotta work on my spelling. And I really like all that stuff. You're like, hey, can I upload my own media? Absolutely. You can see my team right here because we're using that for pictures. I can add text. I have all these cool pre-made texts you can add if you want to start from scratch. I can add my Bitmoji. That's a special, you have to connect that. If you don't see it, you click more, and then you have these options. And you just click. I can even connect my YouTube. I can add from Giphy, which is, awesome. And I click right here, and I can add all kinds of fun stuff. Just super fast. You can see I made something that looks professional, made it into 2 different things within a span of 10 minutes. So really, really neat. If you're searching for anything new, a lot of different words can come up. If I want to, like I said, I want to keep that space theme in my classroom. Fun facts about me already made for your students. You could share that. Now, your students would have to create accounts. Like I said, I would wait if I haven't gotten that single sign-on done. I would very much wait till we got that clever, so you won't have students creating classrooms. So I know you need access to a printer for this, but Canva has even gone far enough where they make bulletin board resources from your class. So out of this world, this says our class, and it's got all the little things you can print out, add to your background. Doesn't have like the actual background explaining that much black, but if you wanted just the letters, totally done right here for you. They've even got little decorations around your board. It's got that done for you. I know you have to click it, but if you want something really cute, if you want to put your name all over the place, Michelet, you could do that. Really simple. Like I said, I know you need access to printer, and you would need to cut it, and it's kind of easy to get pre-cut stuff, but you have options. And you just think of all the things that you could print with this, or share digitally. So I've got a leadership legacy. I've got, like I said, if you can get your students STEM design prototype, anything you can think of. And if not, you want to add something, you want to edit it, you're totally in on that. So I just picked this worksheet. It says directions, cover the ovals pink. So my students would have all the options that I have. They could go in a bunch of different places and then just handle that for me. I want them to click on it and make it pink. So, and that's it. That's all they have to do. So moving on. Say you're like, I don't find any template, which I doubt you won't find any template. You can start from scratch. So I've got my recent design. I've got a trending, which is always cool. Like I said, or you can just make something new. I just select the size I want. I've got a blank page where I can choose backgrounds already done for me. Like I said, you see how it kind of it will try to make it where it is your entire background, and then you can kind of move it around, which is nifty. So now, bam, got my background. Center it how I want. I can add my text. I don't know which one I want to use. That's always the hard part. I can't ever figure out which one I'm going to use. And now I can add that. Make it my name. And then I'm like, man, this isn't the right size. I need horizontal. I'm going to click resize. I'll find a different size I want. I'm just picking presentation because I know it's wider. Done. Done. Animated, all the same stuff. 10 seconds. Now, if you're interested in using this with your students, you can create classes. It's not always the easiest. This does have an app. So you go here. You can see all the classes I'm in. I click here because I already have it made, but I go in to account settings, which is not the place I want it. And I do need them. I suggest it all the time. I need them to move it. But you can hit manage teams. I can delete any classes that I want to add. I can find my account. I can see what I'm connected to. I can make sure that I have that, the upgrade. Notice you can also even connect it to Canvas, which is our new district. We're moving straight to Canvas. And you can add this individually where you could just assign things through Canvas. But you can see right here under billing and teams meaning your class, I can hit create new class and it'll allow me to do that. And then I can add students, share it out where people can add. Instead I'm showing my EdTech class. But you can either add people just like you would Google Classroom, or you can like send out that link where people could join you. So you can have a get invite link or import Google Classroom. So if you haven't made the switch to Canvas yet, you can switch to Google Classroom. Yes, and so Miss Bailey had a really good question about Canvas. I can search Canvas, get all the templates that match for Canvas already done. You can see a ton here, and yes, you can totally resize. I'm going to go here. I want to go to resize. And I even have options to automatically resize it as a Canvas banner. Boom. Already ready to go with my class. So we went over, and I'm just going to review. Sometimes I forget. I'm going to go to my home, kind of look at all my designs and show you what I generally use. I make buttons a lot for my Google Classroom. I used it as Jamboard backgrounds. So they've got a ton of Jamboard. I'm making a Jamboard today. I'm probably going to use it. They've got a ton of Jamboard templates. I can save this as a PNG. Go to my Jamboard. Jam.new. One super secret hack. Jam.new. Set background. Drag that over. And now I've got a brainstorming place so I can share with my students. I can move things to the favorite ideas. Sometimes I delete these instructions first, and you can even share just this Jamboard so your students would have that option. So just depending on how you do it. But now I have a background my students can't move unless they go in and change the background, which is also some feedback I need to give give Google about, I need different settings. I'm going to right click. I'm going to close some of this, a little tab management. I'm going to go, like I said, I'm going to go. I can search for all kinds of things, but I am going to go to these. So I've made digital business cards with it, tons of presentations. I even use it to like make YouTube thumbnails, and you know, lots of presentations. Oh, it's on in this classroom. That's why. Here it is. I make it for presentations too, just like you would use Google Slides or anything like that. Now you have a new option. So this is a slide deck I made. I can add from here. I can change the template. Or I can just add it as a new page. And just like anything else, you know, that undo button saves your life. I'm like, oh, I made a mistake. Undo, undo, undo. So tons and tons and tons of options for you. Now, the last thing I'm going to show you is your print option. You do have an option to print. Say I made my cute little Bitmoji classroom, but I want it on a big poster. And not one that's bigger than what I have. Canva even has the option to print. Now, it is money, but it does have the option to print. I can print posters. It'll resize it for me. Maybe this isn't the size I want. But you can see it's about $15 to make a large poster. And it'll just go straight to your house. You can make t-shirts. You can make mugs. You're doing teacher appreciation. There you go. Postcards, tags. Oh, I'm totally going to use this for Christmas tags this year. Trifolds. Like if you're doing recruitment for students, folded cards, you got it all right here. And it will print it and do it straight to your house. Now, I know it costs money. That's up to you, but it is a really, really cool option. Also note, I've got all these options to share it directly with my students, Google Classroom, and even Microsoft Teams. So don't ever forget, you've got tons of downloading options, you've got tons of sharing options, because it's, you know, if you want to make cool stuff, it's no good if you can't share it out. I have even before made virtual Zoom backgrounds. So I'll download this one, but you can see this movement in the background. I can download this as a GIF and make it my background when I'm on Zoom or any kind of like different meet or anything like that. Huge fan of all these things. I've used this one recently when I was on a Zoom because it was super cute. I don't always like motion when I'm already on a Google Meet. So I feel like we've gone over all the things I really, really need you to know. If you've got any questions, you're always free to reach out to me at bchalette@ebrschools.org. You can find me on all of the social media. I'll put that up on screen. So we talked about getting started, templates, tips for editing, resizing, sharing, and next steps. There are some videos here. I'm going to drop this in the chat. I will use my handy dandy share button. I don't want you to be able to edit, no offense. I'm going to hit copy link and drop that in the chat. So now you have access to that and you can do what you will. The last thing I want to show you, you can see I put my little picture here, is a really neat feature. I've got a little shadow over it, so I'm going to move that. But if I've got a picture, and I'm totally going to undo, this is an undoable thing, and I'm like, man, I love it, but I want to remove the background. I can go here, I can click on my image, hit remove background. Bam, done for me. With 2 seconds. You remember it used to have to like go and do all kinds of like things, and it was complicated, and you had to go to a separate site. Built in. So if you need anything, if you have any questions, don't feel free to give me a holler. Bichelette at ABR Schools. You can find me on Twitter most days at Bichelette, and you can find me at techbond.com. It does have a dash. But please, please, please reach out to me. Make sure you check all the buttons out. Remember, there is an undo button. You can't break it. So unless you have any questions, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Really, really, really appreciate everybody being here and watching this video. So I'm going to go ahead, end this broadcast, tell you goodbye, and see you soon.